What's good, guys? Hope you guys are good. Welcome, guys. It's been a while, it's been a minute. Sorry for that. I just have not been sharing much information, but I've decided to resume with my recordings and share my journey and my knowledge pertaining to Forex, right? So, do bear with me because I don't even have my microphone. I'm just recording using trading view, right? So forgive me if the screen is too blurry or it's a little blurry. Forgive me for that, right? So without wasting any time, let's get right into it, right? So what I'll do here, guys, I'll share this setup, right? I'll share this setup. Unfortunately, I did not take this setup before because I was away from the chart, right? I was with my buddy, so I couldn't take this setup, right? But then as I was analyzing the market, I was like, okay, let me just share what do on these days, what do I look for in the market before taking a setup, right? Before taking an entry, right? Now, what I'll say is this is my opinion, this is my approach, this is my approach when looking each and every market, right? First thing first, I need to look for the shift of structure, right? I need the market to shift structure before I can take a setup, right? So what do I mean by that? Let me show you guys what do I mean by that. Because if I take a setup without this shift of structure, I feel like I have to include a lot of things, right? But once the structure shift, I definitely know that the market has already decided to go to a certain direction, right? So let's look at this market. Let's look at this market. We can even do it like this. Do it like this. And it's created a low and it's well above. It's well below. So let's talk about the structure. You see, the market was in a bullish uh, bullish structure. How do we know that? How do we know that the market was in the bullish structure? Because the market from this point, it was creating a high. It created a high. It came back, did some sort of a correction, right? Did some sort of correction. Then it failed to create a higher that is higher than this one, right? It created a what? A low, right? It created a low. Now this market was in a bit of a consolidation, right? Before deciding to go up and come back down, creating another low. Now, overall, when you look at this market from this point, when it's reacted from this point, you can now conclude that the market was in a bullish momentum, right? Because it broke this high, right? Now it created a high and a higher low, and also created another high, right? I won't mention this higher low because it's within this bigger high, right? So I won't talk about it because I feel like the market has not decided the direction yet when it's doing something like this, right? Now we have concluded that the market is bullish, right? All right. Once that is done, what we can then do, what I normally do is I do mark these things, right? I do mark these things. For instance, I will say this is a low. I'll say this is a low because I'm taking time when I'm doing these analyses, right? There's no need to rush. There's no need to rush. So this is a low, right? From this low, we then we had a high. We had a high, created a high, right? Then from here, after the market has broken this structure, then the market created This was now a confirmed higher low, right? Higher low. It was a confirmed higher low after the market has broken what? The previous high, right? This high. Then when it broke this high, then this became a valid higher low. Now we are in a bullish market. Then this was a higher high now. This was a higher high, right? This was a higher high. I want to make this video as short as possible. Maybe about 10 minutes, right? So forgive me if I'm a little bit slow, right? Now it created a low here, created a high, a higher low, created a higher high because this high is higher than the previous high. So that's why, hence we are calling it a higher high, right? Once the market does this, what I want to see is the break. Firstly, I want the market to be below this rectangle that I've drawn here, right? I want the market to be below that, below this high. I want the market to play below it, right? Once the market does that, um, what I also need to see is for the market to create a low, right? For the market to create a low, then breaking that low, right? Before I'll think about taking any entry, right? Once the market create this low, now I'm under this lower high. This is the lower high, right? This is the lower high. Once the market does this, once the market does this, because this lower high is confirmed after the market has broken this low, right? From here, from this point, this line that I've drawn here, once the market goes through it, then this lower high has been confirmed, right? Then the market went through, then it came back a bit, nothing much here, then it went down. Now, here's something amazing about this. Once this market is below two structures, that's how I define this, right? Because this is a buying structure, which we are below this high, remember? Then once the market does this and corrects itself, went down, and it's below another structure on this selling side now. This was a buying side, right? We were below a buying structure, now we are below a selling structure. That's hence I've drawn this small rectangle line, right? Once the market is below that, the next thing I'm looking for on this area of interest is a candlestick pattern that is telling me that sellers have decided to take or have decided to participate in the market, right? For instance, you see this engulfing candlestick here. It's not the best, I understand, but you see the market first rejected from here with this. Then after it did this rejection, I don't know if it's called I don't focus on candlesticks pattern, but I do know them. I think this is what uh a morning star or evening star or something like that. But it's just a rejection candlestick that shows me that there's a potential uh selling momentum, right? After that, the market engulfed, as you can see, this candlestick engulfed this one, right? It was an engulfing, it's bigger than this one, right? After that, if I was sitting on my laptop, I'll be definitely sure that the market is willing to go down, right? Then the market did go down. On this, my minimum risk to reward is always 1 is to 2, right? But I could have at least taken 1 is to 2.5 here, I believe. Yes, 1 is to 2.5. I could have taken that. Now, how do I set my target? I look left. Where did the market start? Right? From this point, lowest point, then I know that my take profit has to be around that area, right? But then the market can also go further down, right? Depending on the higher time frame, how it's looking, right? But that's a story for another day. I just wanted to share this beautiful entry that I missed this week, of which last week I took some awesome trades, but because I was in recording or in that recording state, I just did not share much. But I do have screenshots of those entries that I took last week, right? But this is a beautiful setup. If you can only focus on this kind of setup, and I myself, if I can only focus on these ones, I know I'll be a profitable trader. I know I'll make a lot of profits, right? Now we don't look at profits in terms of money, but in terms of percentage, because that just gives you more uh, insight as to if you have a bigger account, you make X amount of money than just looking at how much profit you are making, because money can never be enough. But if you look at it from a percentage point of view, it becomes much easier because now you understand one day I will trade a 100K account. This 100K account, I'll make X amount of money, right? I hope that was helpful, guys. And also, guys, it's I'm not focusing much on trading today because it's Valentine's Day, and even though I don't participate much in it, but I just don't think I'll be sitting on my chart just looking at the market, right? But so long, guys. Do enjoy this video. Give it a thumbs up, like, share, and subscribe, guys. Motivate me to keep on doing more videos like this. Peace and love.